everybody. My name is James Chen.
And I am Ultra David. That's right. So each of the 6 teams has played exactly 1 time. They'll end up playing 10 times, but we've only seen 1 so far. Let's check out the results.
So the first match that we had, interestingly enough, was Team Spirit versus Team Gale, which, you know, 2 I feel like of the favorite teams, and going at it right away. So we already got some good information here from this match, but interesting results though.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think any of us expected it to go like this. Of course, this is going to be Spirit, Justin, Brian F, and Psycho versus Gale, which has NuckleDo, Shine, and Rob TV. Right off the bat, you know, when it came to the bans, we got it wrong.
Yeah.
We had expected for a ban against Gale, thinking that that would take out both Do and Rob TV.
Yeah.
That's not how it happened. They ended up picking Ibuki instead. But that didn't matter anyway, because no Gale was picked.
Yeah, I know, they didn't pick Gale anyway,
Didn't
right?
even matter.
And then the banning Shine Ibuki, Shine what?
Didn't even matter
With
either.
his jury, right?
Exactly
With his
right.
Jury, who is, I feel like, the secret character of today.
We may get to that in a little bit. That's right. The other ban was to ban Menat from Justin, of course.
Right.
We had expected Boxer.
Yeah, I'm a little bit intrigued by this pick because the weird thing about it is I felt like this would have been an ineffective pick because Justin just would have went with Karen. But maybe it worked out because Justin picked Falk.
Definitely it worked out because Justin picked Falk. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. When it came to the matches, here's a quick rundown. It's not going to get any quicker than this. Shine didn't lose a game against Psycho. Do didn't lose a game against Brian F. Rob TV didn't lose a game against Justin Wong. 3-0.
Justin said that he picked Falk because he felt like it would have worked well against NuckleDo's Cammy, I
Right.
think it was. So he was looking, hopefully, to move on past Rob TV. But Rob TV kind of smoked him.
It was a steamroll. It was a blow up. There's no doubt about it. Justin, he brought out V-Trigger 2 with Falk. He did it unsafely.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
It's very, very weird, very weird. I mean, honestly, out of everybody on Team Spirit, I felt like Brian F obviously did really, really well. He fought NuckleDo very cleanly. Just NuckleDo in the end, it was like some of those fundamentals that took it. But also Psycho did pretty well as well against Shine. So.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, nobody won a game on that team, but I do think, nevertheless, that Psycho and Brian F looked respectable, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Justin Wong, the weak point.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So when it comes to the team overall, what did you think about Spirit today?
I mean, it was obviously odd choice. I felt like the ban might have actually thrown them off, and this might be a template for all the other teams to just keep banning Menat now. Now, if they were thinking about banning Boxer, they might be like, let's try to force Justin into a Falk here. So,
Interesting. All right.
And then for Gale, I mean, they were the only team, spoilers, that went 3-0 today. So obviously looking very strong.
Yeah.
And, you know, Rob TV, who did get picked last because he
right.
didn't win any of the matches during the draft day, right? But he looked really good.
He looked
really,
excellent.
really good.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, we were surprised that he went that far. It's just that's kind of how the draft worked out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what a lucky spot that he landed in on that team. I think that team is so good. And I felt clearly the best looking team in week 1. The second battle that happened was between Inferno with Punk, JB, and Broly Legs versus Frost, which of course has Nephew, Up to Snuff, and Dual Kevin.
Yeah, this one was going to be interesting to me because, you know, obviously I feel like Punk and JB and Broly Legs is like the favorite. The interesting thing about Frost, though, is I feel like this, to me, was like one of the more unknown teams. Like, I'm really curious to see how they're going to do, especially because Dual Kevin is kind of known as a versus player and not as much of a Street Fighter, but...
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it. I thought that they looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when it came to the bans right off the bat, Inferno, this was hilarious, I thought. Banned not Colleen, who we had expected.
Yes.
Because, of course, that's Nephew's character, and we thought, well, Nephew's the best. That's not what Punk thinks.
Yeah.
Punk thinks that Nephew is a bum, and instead he banned Up to Snuff's Nikali because he thought Up to Snuff was the best player on the team, and that he should have been captain.
Right, he was joking. I feel like that was a little gamesmanship from Punk. I feel like he was just kind of like trying to dig it in.
100%.
You know what the funny thing is, like, you see them talk to each other like that, and you can clearly see which of the guys are camera ready and which ones are kind of
Yes.
like, okay, well, let me think of a response here. You
Yeah,
know, kind of
definitely.
Punk
Yeah.
is definitely used to a little bit
Yeah.
of trash talking. But, you know, on the other side, though, I think it was very unfortunate because obviously you want to ban Rashid from JB. This is what we were talking about. But if you ban a character, you ban him from both sides. right? And Dual Kevin is a Rashid player.
Yeah.
So they can't ban
Wasn't an
Rashid.
option.
Yeah, because it would hurt themselves.
Right.
So I felt like the only option then was to ban Punk's Karen.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Punk just went to Cammy.
It's not a great option, right? But yeah, you do take his main character away.
Yeah.
You just know he's going to have 1,000 other characters, and indeed he did.
And the toughest part is that I've always said Karen and Cammy, very similar style of play, right? Very similar buttons. Medium kick does the same thing. You know, you have very similar ideas of what you're trying to do with the characters, and so Punk looks very, very solid with Cammy.
I definitely agree. I liked some of what we saw out of Broly Legs versus Dual Kevin. It took him a game to warm up, but then after that, it was pretty close.
It looked like he was nervous.
Yeah.
The first game, it looked like he was a little nervous, and you know, Broly Legs is the kind of person who's been trying to get this kind of spotlight for a long time, and I feel like that kind of affected him in game 1. Game 2, he looked great.
Much better, much better.
And then in third game, it was very close.
It was close, it was close. I loved watching Up to Snuff versus Punk. Can I tell you that moment that was near the end of that match, in the last round actually, where Up to Snuff seemed like he wanted to do a demon and screwed it up.
He came on with V-skill.
V-skill instead. If he had done that, not quite winning the set, but very close.
Yeah,
that could have been a huge swing here.
And that would have been a big deal because, I mean, they banned Up to Snuff's character and he almost took it. His Akuma looked really good.
He looked legit.
But Dual Kevin, I mean, he looked very solid. And, you know, like I said, people don't know him as a Street Fighter player, but maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Because he looked very, very strong this week, and I was really impressed with how Dual Kevin played.
So I think overall that Inferno kind of looks how we expect. That is to say, Punk is the best Street Fighter player in the world right now. And JB is one of the best players in the world right now, and we expect Broly to like get the nerves over. I just think that team, I think you're right, is in my view the favorite.
Yeah, having Broly Legs as the third player, I think, is a huge benefit to them. So
yeah, definitely. And then for Frost, really impressed with Up to Snuff. That was great. I mean, of course, you know, we've seen him compete well, but that was really great to see. Dual Kevin as well, very impressive.
I mean, this could be a pretty good surprise team here.
I think it's a dark horse potential.
Yeah. And then the final match, the third match that we had today, was between Team Storm, which is Idom, Samurai, and Classico, versus Team Psycho, with Toy, Chakotay, and Just a Kid.
Yeah, you know, I think that team was one I was really looking at, Psycho, because they have 3 dedicated character specialists. I didn't know how the bans were going to affect them. And then similar thing for Storm. How's the ban going to affect that team as well? I mean, those are 3 players, one of whom, well, he's definitely at risk to get banned.
I mean, let's put it this way. Idom is never going to play Laura.
Idom will never play Laura in this whole event.
Yeah, Idom, it's unfortunate because Idom is basically just nullified, I feel like.
This is a 2-person team.
Yeah.
The bans were obvious. Storm banned Bison so that Toy couldn't use Bison. Psycho banned Laura so that Idom couldn't use Laura. Or Idom. Idom couldn't use Laura.
But after this week, maybe it's time to ban Just a Kid?
Dude, he played super well.
Yeah, he blew up. I mean, so he was the only one that won on his team.
It was super strong.
Yeah.
He beat everybody.
And you know, there is that factor of people not being familiar with Jury. And so maybe even though Toy's Bison is scary, you fought Bison before, right? So, you know, you fought against LPN or Pinoy or whatever like that if you're Samurai. So maybe you just ban Jury now because Just a Kid, like I said, won all 3 games. And, you know, I've been saying this, and I know I've been getting flack for this forever, but I really think Jury is so much better than people say she is. I don't think she's top tier or high tier, but I don't think she's bottom anywhere. And Just a Kid was just doing stuff that was just like how many Fuhajin kicks are you gonna go for all of a sudden? You know?
Oh, look, I'm with you. I think that he made her look very strong. I think he made her look make that V trigger look very strong. I thought that looked great. He made a bunch of great decisions, dude, at the end of his match versus Samurai when he brought out the EX to go through the air fireball to just about to close it out. Beautiful.
Dude, the button usage, standing medium kick and standing heavy punch for Jury are so good, and he was making them look really, really strong. So MVP of this week clearly is Just a Kid. Now he's a man.
Woo!
Yeah, he's
he's
completely a man is what it is.
So look, when it comes to Storm, again, this is going to be a 2-person team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we learned today. Everybody was already going to ban Idom's Laura, but after today, it's not even a question.
Right.
I mean, and that's not to say anything bad about Classico and Samurai, who I thought looked good.
Yeah.
They were very respectable.
They won their first game.
They did well. They did well. It's their their team. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah. But, on the other side, Chakotay, very, very crazy Mika as expected, very hyper Mika. And Toy, I gotta say, he did excellent as a cheerleader. He was so good.
Oh no!
And he was popping off on everybody. He did the roll. He did the Dan taunt. He rolled into a taunt after Just a Kid won the last match. So kudos to Toy. No, honestly though, I did not know Toy had that in him, and I love it. I love the pop-offs. I love the posturing. He is definitely making the most out of this, and I love it. I love that personality that he has, and I love the energy.
Mm-hmm. So that's it for this week of the Street Fighter League, but of course, things continue.
That's right. So next week, we're going to see Punk's team Inferno going up against Idom's team Storm. Then Nephew's team Frost is going to be going up against Knuckle-Doo's team Gale. Justin Wong's team Spirit is going to be going up against Toy's team Psycho.
Matches will be each Thursday as we get through this double round robin tournament. That is to say, each team will play each other team twice. We got a lot of Street Fighter left.
Oh yeah, that's right. So make sure you don't miss any of it. Follow on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, and hope you enjoy the upcoming matches.